Hey guys, welcome to another recap of Big Brother 14. It's the second to last show. Can you believe we made it through the whole season already? Almost. Alright, so last time we checked in on the house, Dan had voted off Shane. Totally blindsided him, leaving Dan, Danny, and Ian as the final three. And the final nail in the coffin was when Dan whispered to Shane on the way out that Danny had been playing him the whole time. Ask Jen. Oh no! I can't believe he did that. That was so cold. Alright, so Ian is majorly freaking out. He needs major freak out control. He's pacing around the house like a caged tiger. He's totally gone quackers, pun intended. He's chanting, you gotta be the best to beat the best, or if you beat the best, you be the best. I don't know what he was saying, but he couldn't stop saying it. The boy's a little ADHD, but we already knew that. Dan is doing damage control with Danny and tries to reel her back in one more time by saying, well, my only purpose in the game was to coach you to give you the money. If you believe that, Danielle. Oh. Alright, so you know what time it is. It's table for three right over here. It's the celebration brunch. And it's the old do you remember when game? Do you remember when Ian was in the dog suit and he birthed the Quack Pack Alliance? That was awesome. I do have to say it was a pretty good name for an alliance, only taken to a whole nother level when it was called Quack Quack. Yeah, by Enzo, when he was on one of the live shows. Alright, so, do you remember when the coaches arrived on day one and all the newbies had chubbies? That was awesome. Do you remember when Brittany found out that Janelle was a robot and had no emotion? That was awesome. Do you remember when Boogie discovered the Bible? I'm surprised it didn't burn his hands. That would have been awesome. Do you remember when Brittany got upset when she was on the block and she threw Frank's stuff around? That was awesome, but it wasn't so awesome when she was beating up on Teddy B. That wasn't cool. He didn't do anything to her. Do you remember the Willy freak out and the whole if I want to be out here eating my Fruit Loops? Only a jerk like him would have Fruit Loops as their favorite cereal. And only a jerk like Boogie would be like, I want to eat my salmon. Alright, do you remember when Willie and Joe got into a little scuffle? The most overrated fight of any season? It was so ridiculous. Joe was like, he charged me. He went like this. Like my dog probably, you know, headbutts me harder than that. It was ridiculous. He charged me. He could have broke my nose. Alright. Do you remember the Danny and Shane unromance? Danny misses Shane and she claims they had a rocky romance. Danny, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. You're just a stalker. Do you remember the Ian and Ashley date? God, it was so pathetic. When Ian said he doesn't get out much because he's too busy. Are you serious, Ian? You're too busy playing Pokemon. Girls are more important. Put the Pokemon cards away. It's time to start thinking about not Pokemon. Alright, do you remember when Ian and Frank got into a shouting match? And Ian was like, oh my god, if only Ashley could see me now, maybe she would change her mind. I don't think so. Do you remember Dan's funeral? That gets me so angry when I think about it now, because I would really not like Dan in real life at all. And do you remember when Dan actually said to Jen that she was the first lesbian that he ever met? Does Dan live under a rock somewhere? Because I can remember being like a little kid and like meeting lesbians. Really weird. All right, so it's time for the HOH competition, part 1 anyway. And out in the backyard are these human-sized fishing lines with little, you know, the bobbles and the fishing hooks on the end. And basically what it is you have to sit on the little seat, be dunked, I'm sure in some freezing cold water, and then smashed against a padded wall. So they basically showed about a minute of that. That happened a long time ago, really. And if you want to get caught up on what's happening in the Big Brother house now, make sure you check out Maddie's spoilers. But they've already had part 2, and there's results. So if you're interested in knowing that, I'm not going to spoil it on this video. So go back and watch the spoilers and get caught up. But this is the part of the season that I am now deeming award time. I guess in the following seasons, I'm going to do this every year when they have the Reminisce show. I'm going to give away the Madrosed Awards. From me, anyway. I don't know if Maddie's planning to do this too on her spoilers, but you know, like in high school, when you graduate, right before, you know, a few weeks before, they have the superlatives dinner where they give away all the awards. Well, it's award time. I'm giving Jody the Who award. I don't know anything about her except that she didn't even make it to the first vote. All right, Kara, you get the most likely to pose nude award. Oh, wait, you already did. Too late. Willie, you get the youngest grandpa to ever play Big Brother award. Congratulations, Grandpa. Jojo, the most likely to be dancing from 10:05 to 10:10 and 11:05 to 11:10 award. Check your local strip clubs. Janelle and Brittany, girls, you've tied for the most disappointing return award. You guys had so much potential and they asked you to be back on the show and you both turned out to be such duds. Ugh, horrible. Will, you get the classiest, funniest, coolest house guest ever award. I actually think I like Will better than Dr. Will, which has always been my favorite house guest up until this point. So you don't wear an outfit like this and not win that award. And by the way, when they had the remembrance clips, conspicuously absent was this one. They kept showing it like in between the teases, you know, to go to commercial break, but then they never ever talked about it. That was the best clip all season. It was amazing. All right, Maddie and I still reminisce about that. Mike, Boogie, the creepiest house guest ever award. 2 words, kids, genital warts. Stay away, they're very contagious. Ashley and Danielle, another tie. Tie for the dumbest award. These 2 chicks are as dumb as one bag of rocks. And I guess if I had to break the tie, I would throw it to Danielle because she's really dumb. I mean, really. Frank, I'm going to have to give him the best hair on a guy award. A straight guy. Because Will's hair is pretty nice, but I think he's got extensions. But Frank's hair is pretty nice. Usually when a guy grows his hair out that long and it's curly, it kind of looks like pubic hair on his head, but Frank's got that conditioning shampooing thing down to a science. It's looking pretty damn good. I'd like to know what he uses on it. Let's see, Joe, oh boy, the loudest, most abrasive house guest ever, even worse than Evil Dick. And what was the skid mark on his chin? Was that a result of kissing Shane's ass the entire game? Jen, all right, I've got a really special one for her. She's the most likely to be asked to appear on Sesame Street as the new lesbian Muppet monster. All right, Shane, he's got a special one too. He's the most likely to join Gary and Ace and reform the ambiguously gay trio. Yeah, they want him for it. You know who I'm talking about. That cartoon from Saturday Night Live. Dan and Ian. All right, Dan first. He's taking over as the most evil house guest ever, worse than Evil Dick. Because where Evil Dick was evil in your face, Dan was evil behind your back. And that's even worse. All right, so Ian, he gets the top award. He's the most likely to either be Bill Nye's bastard son, you know, Bill Nye the Science Guy, or one day eventually take his place. All right, kids, so there's only one show left. Don't forget to vote for fan favorite. Leave it in the comments who you're voting for. I would like to see Will have that honor, although I'm probably thinking it's going to be Ian. So let me know who you're going to be voting for, and I will see you on Wednesday for the finale. Don't forget to watch Maddie Spoilers every day until the finale. Okay, kids, till next time, much love.